Wake up slow, let the morning shine. The Cove calls us, it's a peaceful sign. Coffee brewing, bowls packed tight. Gathering with ganja, everything feels right. Feet in the sand, hearts open wide. We're all connected, no need to hide. With every toke, the worries fade. Sunday mornings where love's displayed. Gather us with ganja, let the spirit flow. Feel the warmth from the highs we know. Together we rise with each slow exhale. In the Cove, good vibes prevail. Gather us with ganja, let joy abide. Peace and unity side by side. Breathe in deep, let your soul ignite. Together we shine in the morning light.
Wake up slow, let the morning shine. The Cove calls us, it's a peaceful sign. Coffee brewing, bowls packed tight. Gathering with ganja, everything feels right. Feet in the sand, hearts open wide. We're all connected, no need to hide. With every toke, the worries fade. Sunday mornings where love's displayed. Gather us with ganja, let the spirit flow. Feel the warmth from the highs we know. Together we rise with each slow exhale. In the Cove, good vibes prevail. Gather us with ganja, let joy abide. Peace and unity side by side. Breathe in deep, let your soul ignite. Together we shine in the morning light. Vibes prevail. up, Cove Crew, it's time to rise. The sun's shining bright, got that morning high. Grab your coffee, pack that bowl. Cove-TV's on, let's rock and roll. Palm trees swaying, good vibes in the air. It's a wake and bake morning, no worries or care. Kick back, relax, let the day unfold. With every little puff, let the story be told. Wake up and talk, it's a brand new day. With Cove-TV, we're feeling okay. From the first light up to the morning breeze, we're riding that high, doing just as we please. So hit that like, share the good vibes. We wake and bake with the Cove where the sunshine thrives. From the Cove-TV couch, let's start it right. Cannabis clouds in the morning light. Smooth tunes playing, got the rhythm tight. With Cove-TV, it's a morning delight. The ocean's calling, the breeze feels sweet. Cannabis dreams make the morning complete. So grab your lighter, spark it up, take a hit. With Cove-TV on, we're all feeling lit. Wake up and talk, it's a brand new day. With Cove-TV, we're feeling okay. From the first light up to the morning breeze, we're riding that high, doing just as we please. So hit that like, share the good vibes. We wake and bake with the Cove where the sunshine thrives. From the Cove-TV couch, let's start it right. Cannabis clouds in the morning light. From the first light up to the morning breeze, we're riding that high, doing just as we please. So hit that like, share the good vibes. We wake and bake with the Cove where the sunshine thrives. Let the morning unfold, let the good times play. With every little hit, we're drifting away. It's a wake and bake vibe from the start to the end. With Cove-TV mornings, you got a friend. Wake up and talk, it's a brand new day. With Cove-TV, we're feeling okay. From the first light up to the morning breeze, we're riding that high, doing just as we please. So hit that like, share the good vibes. We wake and bake with the Cove where the sunshine thrives. So wake up, Cove Crew, let's start it right. With cannabis mornings and the tropical light. Cove-TV's here, so let's all connect. Wake up and talk, it's what we expect.
Wake up and shine, it's a brand new day. The Cove-TV morning show's on the way. With history, yoga, and stories to share. We got the vibes that are beyond compare. Start your day with a smile and cheer. And Cove-TV, good vibes are here. From coffee to your favorite strain, we bring the sunshine, never the rain.
Friday morning, everybody. I hope everybody's off to a dope-ass start to their day. Good morning, Cornbread.
Good morning, Beanz.
How are you this morning?
Good. How are you?
Good. Cheers, cheers, everybody. Good morning, Crystal. How are you? I hope you are having a wonderful Friday morning.
Good morning, Kay. I hope you're off to a good morning.
Good morning, Ma. How are you, dear? I hope you are having a wonderful morning.
Good morning, Amber. I hope you are off to a good morning.
Good morning, Mama Roo. How are you? I hope you are having a wonderful morning.
Good morning, Caitlin. I hope you're off to a good morning.
What up, Chris? How are you, man? I hope you're having a wonderful morning. Always a 10-minute timer. Always, always.
Good morning, Ash. I hope you're off to a good morning.
Good morning, Boxman. How are you, brother? I hope you're having a wonderful morning. All right. I hope everybody's off to a dope-ass start to their day. Chris, I think this is your first getting stoned word. If you want to drop just the word friends, and I'll get it saved, but just put the word friends in as a comment and send it like Ma did again. Caitlin did only. Mama Roo did my. If you want to do the word friends, we'll get saved. Good morning, CJ. How are you? Everybody ready to wake and bake?
Yeah.
Cheers, cheers.
The sun peeks in through the open blinds, steam from the cup and peace on my mind. You roll it up with a smile so wide, and we pass the time with nothing to hide. The quiet hum of a waking tune as gentle rays drift through the room. These mornings speak in ways so true. I never want to start without you. Wake up with you, and the morning feels right. The cove's where we glow in that first morning light. Each laugh, each spark, a harmony true. This place means the world, 'cause it starts with you. We're slow and steady, there's no need to rush. The outside world don't pull on us much. The smoke curls up in the soft sunrise, and love sits warm behind tired eyes. Coffee in hand and a breeze through the screen, just the soft kind of peace that lives in between. It's not about plans or things we do, it's about feeling this high with you. Wake up with you, and the morning feels right. The cove's where we glow in that first morning light. Each laugh, each spark, a harmony true. This place means the world, 'cause it starts with you. There's a peace here that's quiet and deep, the kind you carry, the kind you keep, in coffee and laughter in the morning glow. The Cove is the home that my spirit knows. Wake up with you, and the morning feels right. The Cove's where we glow in that first morning light. Each laugh, each spark, a harmony true. This place means the world, 'cause it starts with you.
Cheers. Cheers, cheers. Good morning, everybody. What does everybody got going on for their Friday? I got to work here today, and my parents are coming up. Whoop, whoop. I'm so excited. What about you, Cornbread? What's your plans for today?
Just chilling.
Man, great night last night. If you missed the Turf Wars 2 premiere last night, it is so crazy. It was so much fun. We got a deck of cards now that we play with also, and so it can super affect the game. Yeah, it was a lot of fun. I enjoyed the shit out of it, and let's go Barrelman. Let's go. Totally won last night. Yeah, it should be a good day. It's been a super busy week. It's been that's all right.
Yeah. I feel like this week has flown by.
I was just thinking that. I feel like the week is just flowing by. It's crazy.
Yeah.
Yeah, it was a lot of fun, Kay. I really enjoyed it. I'm glad it went as well as it did. I was very nervous about the cards. Yeah, that's great. My fucking what? Come on with a goat. Careful. I suppose it is county fair time everywhere.
Yep.
I haven't been to a fair in a couple of years. I was on the fair board in Laverne for a few years. That's cool.
Nice.
Yeah. Yeah, other than that, we are 5 minutes out from 420. Sure you are packing up, and let's dope them. Glad you guys had fun.
Yeah.
So the dang heat is crazy.
Yeah.
It's 93% humidity here this morning. Morgan's up and ready to play today. Morgan. Hi. No. Ready? Yeah, other than that, I don't know. It should be a pretty good day. Basement brawl tonight. Don't miss out. Sessions on this weekend. Should be a good time. I don't know. I'm pumped. 4 minutes out. Pretty much got no news this morning. How's the pups, Cornbread?
They're good. You're good. You're sleeping now.
Nice.
Thank goodness. Oh yeah, they were. I was on the phone with my sister this morning because I said, hey, I'm near my home. I said before you leave work, I said I need dog food. I said I have the money here. She's like, okay. She can hear them in the background. She goes, holy cow. I was like, yeah. It's just like an all night thing. I said it goes midnight all the way up until about 4. Then by the time Ryan gets up for work, they start. And they're chill now only because I just fed them and they have water and stuff. So
you have full bellies, so snappy time.
Yeah. We'll see how long that lasts.
I'll just say one pup squirming to get the other ones going.
I think their back legs are bothering them because of their weight and stuff, and they're all piling on each other. I'm like, dude, you guys are going to have to stop doing this. You guys are getting too big for this.
Yeah.
I'm not sure about my puppy, though. I think I...
Oh, dang, Chris, good luck, man. Let anybody know if there's anything anybody can do to help.
Yes, absolutely.
Hopefully you hear from him, man. For real, I get that. I fully, really understand that. 2 minutes out. We'll smoke for 420. We got some of this day in history coming up with the one and only Vicki Bowers. We'll have our morning speaker this morning. Just kind of chill and listen to some tunes and hang out.
Let's go.
Two minutes to 420. It's 420 somewhere. Yeah, every morning we listen to some sort of a speaker, like a life motivation, mindfulness, I don't know, something like that. Inspiration, maybe.
What's a catch?
She's on this morning. Oh, gotcha. Yeah. Happy 420, everybody.
Smoke weed every day.
Cheers, cheers. Let's effing go.
Ow! No headbutt in the face.
Oh, man.
Ah. Are you telling me off? Oh, okay, bye.
See what I can find here for.
She got me right in the jaw.
I hate when Morgan does that.
Oh my god. Ma says, good morning, Athena. Even though you probably good. Oh.
So here we go for marijuana moment. The headline is marijuana is a gateway drug to growing tomatoes.
What?
Opponents of marijuana legalization often suggest without good evidence that cannabis is a gateway drug to using more dangerous substances. But a new poll suggests that growing marijuana at home is a gateway crop to other kinds of gardening. The new survey of 1,327 home cannabis cultivators found that 2/3 say growing their own marijuana inspired them to start growing tomatoes in their backyard gardens as well. That's cool as a motherfucker.
That was weird. Did I just freeze on your end too?
Oh, I missed it. I was messaging my mom.
No. Like literally everything, all the boxes were like in circles and stuff. And I'm like,
Oh,
no, don't you dare.
oh man. All right, let's play a song and dive into our this day in history.
Let's go.
Cheers, cheers, everybody.
Sun creeps in, got no plans to chase. Coffee hot and the world moves at its pace. Grinding slow while the breeze rolls by. Packing on my pipe as the seagulls fly. Smoke curls in a sleepy swirl. Feeling more like me, not missing the world. Start real easy, a breath real deep. Let the day unfold and no words to speak. Packing up my pipe just to greet the day. With nothing on my mind, nothing in the way. Smoke in the sunlight, toes in the sand. Peace in my chest and a lighter in my hand. No place to be, no race to run. Just me in this bowl and the morning sun. Packing up my pipe like I always do. Feeling alright, smoking with you. Tastes just right when you hit the bowl. The cove is quiet, let the coffee steam roll. Bare feet pressing that soft warm ground. Just puffing and listening to morning sounds. Birds above and the waves below. I'm feeling that rhythm and letting it go. This pipe's been with me through thick and thin, so I light it again, let the peace creep in. Packing up my pipe just to greet the day. With nothing on my mind, nothing in the way. Smoke in the sun. Smoking with you. By the time the coffee's gone, I'm floating light, high on the moment, easy and bright. If the world keeps spinning, I'll take my time, packing up my pipe in the morning shine.
Yes, I love it. That's it's a lot easier to see just being able to put it up on a big screen and then just comment through the Facebook or whatever. All right. It's time for this day in history with the one and only Vicki Bowers of the mall, y'all. Let's fucking go. There we go. Here we go.
Welcome back. From the Life is What Happens When You've Made Other Plans department, it's been a busy day around the Bowers compound, and it ultimately seemed more time efficient to record off camera today so that I could get it done. I think you'll enjoy the content though, so grab your favorite cuppa, settle in, and let's see what we have. Hi there, and welcome to this day in history for August 8th. August 8th is the 220th day of the year in the Gregorian calendar, 221st in leap years, with 145 days remaining to the end of the year. I have it on good authority that every day is a day for something. Today is Zucchini Day. Zucchini is a summer squash that's quite versatile in the kitchen. In the garden, zucchini likes full sun, well-draining soil that gets watered regularly, and once it starts producing, be sure and harvest regularly so that it will keep producing. And they grow fast, too. If you're a Northern Hemisphere gardener and if you've planted zucchini, they're probably producing almost faster right now than you can get them harvested. It's been my experience anyway. Sometimes you'll have one hide under those giant leaves so that you don't even know it's there until it's about the size of a school bus. Been there, done that. As I said, it's quite versatile in the kitchen too. You can peel and slice young zooks and enjoy them in your salad, sliced and grilled as a side dish, spiraled and used in place of pasta, in which case it's called zoodles. You can peel and shred zucchini to use in pancakes, muffins, or zucchini bread. You can even make zucchini pineapple. Zucchini is so prolific that there's a joke amongst gardeners that you can tell who doesn't have any gardening friends because they're buying their zucchini at the store. Let me know in the comments if you're a gardener or a home canner, and have a happy zucchini day. Today's word, then, is cucurbit. Cucurbit is a noun, and if you happen to be a gardener, you may already know that cucurbits are a family of herbaceous fruits, such as gourds, squashes, pumpkins, melons, and cucumbers. The term cucurbit may also refer to a sort of melon-shaped vessel that's used as part of an assembly for distilling liquids, a little factoid I didn't know before. The word cucurbit comes to us from Latin, a word that meant gourd. First known use of the word cucurbit is in the 1300s, cucurbit. And with that, this is the birthday of American physician and surgeon Dr. Bob Smith, born August 8, 1879. And I can tell you with great assurance that there are millions of people who would not be alive today but for the work of Dr. Bob, not as a physician or a surgeon, but as co-founder of Alcoholics Anonymous. Dr. Bob lived to the age of 71. This is the birthday of nuclear physicist Ernest Lawrence, born August 8, 1901. He invented a machine that he called a proton merry-go-round. We know it as a cyclotron. A cyclotron is a particle accelerator, and it seems that a simple explanation of a particle accelerator is a device that speeds up charged particles and channels them into a beam. This beam can then be used for research to gather information about atoms, molecules, and the laws of physics. The cyclotron was quite the innovation when it was invented. It is no longer the fastest ride in town, but cyclotrons are still in use to produce particle beams for nuclear medicine and particle therapy, mostly used for cancer treatments. Ernest Lawrence won a Nobel Prize in 1940 for his invention. He passed in 1958 at the age of 57. On August 8, 1950, a man named Harmon Dobson opened the very first Whataburger in Corpus Christi, Texas. Burgers were 25 cents that day. Mr. Dobson grossed $50 in sales. That's a lot of hamburgers, and birthed a legend. One time, either during or toward the end of the Pando lockdowns, Whataburger was open, and Mr. Bowers got a hankering for some Whataburger. It was maybe 9 or 10 in the evening when he went over to the one not far from our house, placed his order, and when he got to the window, he asked, "How late are y'all open?" The attendant said, "We're not open late, we're open all night." We got a big kick out of that. I know that whenever my daughter comes down for a visit from New York, she always makes a stop at Whataburger. On 8/8/88, the temperature in New York City hit a high of 88 degrees. A lot of eights there. This is the birthday of American singer, songwriter, and guitarist Michael Johnson, born August 8, 1944 in Alamosa, Colorado. He's known for smooth melodies in folk, pop, soft rock, and country music. As with many other creatives, he discovered music early on, developing a passion for guitar at the tender age of 13. He won a talent contest and briefly studied classical guitar in Barcelona, went on to play with groups like the Chad Mitchell Trio alongside John Denver. He hit big with the song Bluer Than Blue in 1978, and we'll talk about that one in a little bit. He transitioned to country in the mid-1980s and landed a couple of #1 hits with Give Me Wings and The Moon Is Still Over Her Shoulder. He continued performing with a loyal fan base until his peaceful passing at home in July of 2017 at the age of 72. Michael Johnson. Today's song is Bluer Than Blue by Michael Johnson. Written by pop and country songwriter Randy Goodrum, this one was originally recorded as a demo. Bluer Than Blue was the first single from Michael Johnson's fourth studio album, The Michael Johnson Album, released in spring of 1978. You can think of it as a story song from the point of view of someone who sees their relationship failing and is trying to look on the bright side of how things are going to be better once she's gone, but not quite convincing himself, as he is bluer than blue. Nicely done, this one. Also, the music video was one of the first videos played on MTV when it was launched in 1981. Bluer Than Blue's been covered by several other artists throughout the years. Bluer Than Blue by Michael Johnson. Link in the description. How about that? I think for today's quote, we'll take that one. I said at the beginning that life is what happens when you've made other plans. Some sources credit this one to John Lennon. Others say it originates with writer Alan Saunders in 1957. Let's just say it's a pearl of wisdom that remains true. Life is what happens when you've made other plans. Alrighty, y'all take care. Be good to each other. I'll see you next time. And I think that's going to do it for us today. Thank you so much for watching. Consider subscribing if you haven't already. Feel free to share this video with a link in your email, messaging, or social media. If you enjoyed this series, you can check out the playlists in the description. You can find me on BitChute, Facebook, Odyssey, Rumble, YouTube, and X, as well as on a blog page called No Really. All those links are in the description. Alrighty, that's all I can think of right now. Thanks again, and I'll see you next time.
Peace. Much love, Vicki B. I hope you're up to a wonderful Friday. Thank you so much for this day in history every day. super duper appreciate it. And yeah, it's dope. It's dope. Whataburger is so fucking good. If you haven't had Whataburger, oh my goodness. It's just a Texas thing. They've got other locations kind of outside of Texas, but for the most part, it's just a Texas thing. Good morning, Brittany. How are you? I hope you and Jennifer are having wonderful mornings.
Good morning.
Right. Our song of the day, then. Michael Johnson's Bluer Than Blue. Cheers, y'all.
After you go, I can catch up on my reading. After you go, I have a lot more time for sleeping. And when you're gone, it looks like things are gonna be a lot easier. Life will be a breeze, you know. I really should be glad, but I'm bluer than blue, sadder than sad. You're the only light this empty room has ever had. Life without you is gonna be bluer than blue. After you go, I have a lot more room in my closet. After you go, I'll stay out all night long if I feel like it. And when you're gone, I can run through the house screaming, and no one will ever hear me. I really should be glad, but I'm bluer than blue, sadder than sad. You're the only light this empty room has ever had. Life without you is gonna be bluer than I don't have to miss no TV shows. I can start my whole life over, change the numbers on my telephone, but tonight's will sure be colder, and I'm bluer than blue, sadder than sad. You're the only light this empty room has ever had. Life without you is gonna be bluer than blue. Bluer than blue. Bluer than blue.
Hey, what up, Fasal? How are you, man? I hope you're having a wonderful day.
Good morning.
It's like a baby boat race, right, Kate? Go boats, go.
Right?
So I looked that up, Chris. Yeah, that's crazy. So like one of them is Crossroad Blues. Me and the Devil Blues, Hellhound on My Trail. Yeah, the dude, it says right here, the dude who sold the devil. Very interesting. How is everybody's morning going? I hope everybody's off to a wonderful Friday morning. Yeah, I think so, Kate. I mean, I don't know. I can see if I can cheat it quick. 556. That is a different boat.
Yeah. Oh, dang, Crystal, it's cold and rainy. Ugh.
Weird. That's crazy. Yeah, that's interesting, Chris. I'll have to look into that. Maybe is that the character that the black dude on Oh Brother Where Art Thou was maybe based off of? Remember his character in the movie? They found him at a crossroads, and he had talked about selling his soul to the devil. You ever seen that movie, Cornbread?
What movie?
Oh Brother Where Art Thou?
Oh, yes. Yes.
What up, Mindy? How are you? I hope you're having a wonderful morning.
Good morning, Mindy.
But I just remember that that's what makes me think of that movie, or whatever that guy in that movie is. Chris Johnson, or the Robert Johnson guy.
Yep. Okay. Yeah. Oh my God, Kay.
That's great.
No.
Great movie.
It is.
Not the Britney Spears. So I think that, yeah, the character in that movie is based on Robert Johnson's Crossroad Myth.
Oh.
Blind Dog Willie. Oh, man.
Oh, man.
Oh, man. Let's see if I can find 4 other tunes here. Right, it is dope sunrise this morning.
Yeah, it is.
We'll play a song, and I'll start looking for a morning speaker, possibly. Play some Steel Drivers. I hope everybody's having a wonderful Friday morning. Cheers.
I'm an old man now, I can't do nothing. Young folks don't pay me no mind. But in my day, I sure was something. Before I felt the heavy hand of time. enough of this old world worry. Gonna trade my troubles for a crown. I will make my way across the fields of cotton and wade through muddy waters one last time. And in my dreams I come out clean when I reach the other side, west of where the sun sets, where rainbows never die. I've got one last thing to do, one more mile before I'm through, casting off these earthly chains. Oh, where there's no more pain. I will make my way across the fields of cotton and wade through muddy waters one last time. And in my dreams I come out clean when I reach the other side, west of where the sun sets, where rainbows never die. I'm an old man now, can't do nothing. Young folks don't pay me no mind.
Good morning, Deb. How are you? I hope you are having a wonderful Friday morning.
Good morning.
We'll play like Jelly Roll. We'll play Jelly Roll in like the evenings and night shows. All right, I do got a morning speaker picked out. Go with a Dr. K this morning. This is the one we have not listened to, I believe. So who fucking knows? It's usually all right, 98% of the time. Slacking, Mindy.
Pack that bowl and smoke it. Let's go.
Absolutely, Kay. All right, here we go. Our morning speaker. I hope everybody's having an amazing Friday morning. Let's friggin' go.
How did we end up in a situation where there's a generation of people who works 40 hours a week, can barely pay their rent, and seems to have like no forward trajectory? The problem in the world today is that the meta has been figured out by the people who usually employ you. To find one job, you have to apply to 1,000 jobs. Like, this is bizarre.
Oh, maybe someone here on TikTok can answer this question for me, because I cannot figure it out, and I am so frustrated. Why is it that I have to work 40 hours a week just so I can have a place to live? 40 hours a week makes me $2,000 a month, and my rent is $1,660. So I work 40 hours a week so I can have a 2-bedroom apartment and an extra $300 a month. Like, it doesn't cover my phone, internet, food, you know? So not only do I not have any extra money, but just working makes me so exhausted that I don't have time either. Like, I get off work at 5:30, come home, I'm just so tired. I'm so tired that, like, anything that I need to do outside of work, I then just push off to, like, the weekends. And I'm like, I'm just too tired to do this after work. I'll wait until Saturday. So then I end up with so much to do on the weekend that ends up having to be split into 2 days. So I have to do stuff on both Saturday and Sunday. So then I don't get a day off. I don't get a day to relax. I don't get to decompress. So it is really like working 7 days a week, constantly. And I don't want to do that anymore, right? Like, I don't care how poor and miserable I would have to be, but I literally can't have a place to live without this, you know? Like, I don't know what to do. I'm not made for this. I don't have the money, time, or energy to enjoy my life outside of work, and I don't know what to do about it anymore, you know? I'm so tired.
So there's some stuff, you know, when people see this, I think a lot of people's reaction is, okay, look, like, I don't know what you were expecting. I mean, so working 40 hours a week, you know, is what you have to do to sustain yourself. Like, where do you get the idea that you're entitled to anything more? So when I think about people like my grandmother, you know, this is the sort of thing that I think is so hard for us to understand. And we'll get into why that is. But when my grandmother was growing up, like, survival was not guaranteed. They would get money on the 1st of the month, and they would literally run out of money on the 25th of the month. They would not have any money left over for food or things like that. They would run out of flour. They would run out of sugar. So, like, survival is not even guaranteed. Like, even having a place to live and being able to pay for your food, that is the standard that is not guaranteed if you lived in the world 100 years ago. Even being able to do that was considered a success, because a lot of people didn't have that. Infant mortality was 20%. So now we look at this, and a lot of people will be like, okay, like, what do you expect, right? Life is hard. You got to work 40 hours a week, and then you got to, like, lift yourself up, and you got to, like, get paid more. Maybe live with a roommate, like, change your circumstance. I think all that stuff has some merit to it. But let's understand how we ended up here. How did we end up in a situation where there's a generation of people who works 40 hours a week, can barely pay their rent, and seems to have, like, no forward trajectory? Motivation comes and goes, but sometimes it isn't about pushing harder. It's about finding the right support. That's why we developed HG Coaching. Coaches will help you turn thoughts into actions, actions into habits, and habits into a different life than the one you're living right now. People who go through our coaching program experience, on average, a 58% improvement in the sense of direction and purpose in life, and also experience reductions in feelings of stress and anxiety. Real change doesn't happen overnight, and it rarely happens alone. So if y'all are interested in getting unstuck and moving forward, check out the link in the description below and give HG Coaching a shot. So I think the reason that some people will look at this and think, oh my God, these kids are so entitled, is actually because of the boomers. And I'm not blaming them, but let's understand this. So the entitlement that your children grow up with depend on what you teach them, right? So when we're saying, hey, I'm working 40 hours a week and I'm basically, like, stuck at neutral, right? There's no upward trajectory. And someone says you should work harder. They are operating based on the assumptions that they grew up with, where when you worked 40 hours a week 50 years ago, that was enough for upward financial trajectory. The ratio between income and acquiring a house and how much rent was and things like that were such that 40 hours a week was sufficient for upward trajectory. The world was also filled with opportunity to where if you exerted yourself a little bit harder, you could actually get promoted. You could like start a side hustle, like whatever. So if we look at the period between, like, let's say 1950 and like 2005, I think that was a period of unprecedented economic prosperity from a circumstantial standpoint. So when you have a generation of people who grow up with economic prosperity, their assumptions about how the world works are completely different. You can do something, you can just start a .com in 1992 and you could sell it for a ton of money. Like that's just what happened, right? If you were in college in the 60s, you could do a bunch of LSD and a bunch of marijuana on some liberal college campus, roll into some banking job, and then just get promoted and have pensions and stuff that were relatively intact. And then you could retire at the age of 2000 with all of your .com stocks and you could be totally fine.
Hey, good morning, Roy. How are you, man? I hope you're having a wonderful morning. We're just hanging out listening to our morning speaker. This morning it is Dr. K. This is a really good one so far.
Good morning, Roy.
Yeah, I'm really enjoying this. Here we go.
So then you have a generation of people with economic prosperity. And so what do they instill in their children? They instill in their children that, hey, if you sort of like work somewhat, but you don't need to work super hard, like you just kind of lift yourself up by your bootstraps, because that's what I did. Because when I lifted myself up, I had so much upward momentum that it was easy to lift myself up by my bootstraps. So you should be able to do it too. So what I've noticed is that we have an entitled generation. And the reason we have an entitled generation is because we learned that entitlement, our perception of what the world was supposed to be, was based on a generation above us for whom things were objectively easier. And now we inherit a way of looking at the world, a relationship with work, and our expectations from our parents. And then now we are getting crushed because the reality has changed. And the reality of the world today is that things have been optimized. Optimization is the worst thing that has happened. So if you look at a video game, so this happened in Dota 2 recently. This is really interesting. So what they did in Dota 2 is they made the top 0.5% of matches private. So what used to happen is a patch would come out. There would be APIs that scrape professional player data, and the meta would get figured out within 24 hours. And everyone in the game is just copying the meta that the pros are doing at the highest brackets. So Dota made a change where the top 0.5% of matches are now private, so you can't copy what the pros are doing. So now everyone has to figure things out for themselves. The world has the meta has become far less optimized, which means that there is opportunity for random crap to work, because not everyone that you're playing against doesn't know what the meta heroes are. So you can play an off meta hero, you can have some weird strategy and it can work because you're not playing against a full stack of all of the OP heroes. Make sense? The problem in the world today is that the meta has been figured out by the people who usually employ you, right? People have figured out what is the minimum amount of money that I can pay someone? What is the maximum amount of rent that I can charge, right? Now we have big data, we have private equity in housing, we have all these kinds of things going on. Walmart has a bunch of people that are subsidized on food stamps or whatever, right? So I'm not like anti-capitalism here. I'm just saying that the meta has been figured out. And since the meta has been figured out, all of the opportunity that existed, all of the random crap that you could fall backwards into, like 30 years ago, you can't do anymore. You can't walk into a place, give your resume, and find a job. It doesn't work like that anymore, because all of these processes have been optimized and the efficiency has increased like 1,000-fold. And in this efficiency increase, a lot of weird things have happened. The internet showed up, which made it easy to apply to 1,000 jobs. And so now the standard has become, now there's been an equilibrium where to find one job, you have to apply to 1,000 jobs. Like, this is bizarre. So what used to be an advantage has now become a disadvantage, has now become maladaptive. So the meta has been figured out and we are getting crushed. At the same time, I think that there are some difficult truths that we have to face if we're in this situation, because this is the situation that we're in, right? There's not like, we can complain about it, but we don't live in a world where complaining about things changes them, unfortunately. So now the question becomes, if you're actually like a millennial or Gen Z or Gen Alpha person who's getting dumpstered by how everything is optimized by people like private equity firms, and I'm not like anti-private equity, that's just the nature of things right now, okay? Now the question is, what do you do about it? So here's my first bit of advice. And this is where things are going to sound really like lack of compassion, okay? But this is like, if you want to know what to do about it, things are not going to be easy. What you have to understand is that you are playing life at a disadvantage. So all of the solutions are going to suck. It is going to be a lesser of two evils. There's no good solution here. The first thing that I would say is be careful about tiredness. So let's understand where tiredness comes from. Tiredness comes from when we see a life where there is no forward trajectory. There's no sense of hope. There's no sense of, if I invest effort, if I were to ask this person, if you were to work 10 hours harder every week, what would happen to your life? They will say nothing. So I want y'all to understand this very, very, very clearly from a neurological perspective. The moment that you conclude that additional effort will not change your life, your brain and your body will start to feel more tired. Tiredness is an energy conservation strategy. When bears hibernate, the reason they hibernate is because if they go out and they spend 10 hours looking for food in the wintertime, they will find no food. It is not worth it to invest energy because the yields will be very low. And then what do you imagine the subjective feeling of a bear is when it hibernates? It feels incredibly tired. Tiredness is a protective mechanism to conserve your energy when things look bleak and when you wait for greater opportunities to arise. The problem is, in the world that we live in, there aren't seasonal variations where it is more worthwhile to expend our energy. So what we have to do is we can't listen to our tiredness. We have to actually utilize a different mechanic. So when I exercise, I feel tired. The second aspect of tiredness is that the more you engage in tiredness-inducing activities, the more resistant to tiredness you will become. So if I exercise, I feel exhausted. The second day I go, I feel less exhausted. The third day I go, I feel less exhausted. Our body, thankfully, has an adaptive mechanism where the more that I do things that are difficult for me, the easier they will become. So then what happens is we feel tired all the time. We don't really embrace it. We're always operating on empty. And when I get a little bit of energy, I go ahead and do my work, right? And now I'm spreading my work out over 2 weekend days. And this is where I think there's another brutal truth here, which is I have never met someone who is in this situation who did not have one of two things going on. The first is some form of undiagnosed illness. We're talking anemia, hypothyroidism, depression, something like that. So there is a physiologic or psychological cause. I would even call depression physiologic. There is a medical reason for your tiredness. And if you are playing with that disadvantage, things are incredibly hard. That's number one. The second thing is cell phone usage, technology usage. So when this is something that I know people aren't going to want to hear, but like, you know, when I see people, when I work with people who are like working 40 hours a week and they feel exhausted when they go home and can't do anything, the first question, not the first, but one of the questions that I'll ask them eventually is, can you pull out your phone and tell me what your daily cell phone usage looks like? And what people don't realize is that technology fatigues you. Here's the way that your cell phone makes you so incredibly tired. Most of our energy and our motivation come from our emotional circuits, right? If I piss you off, you are highly motivated to do something. If I make you anxious, you are highly motivated to do something. So emotions are powerful motivators of behavior. They're our most powerful motivators of behavior. Logic is not a motivator for behavior. That's why you can logically tell someone, hey, you should not eat unhealthy food. It's not good for you. And they'll continue to eat unhealthy food. Emotion is the most potent motivator that we don't have access to today. Why don't we have access to it? Because our phones and social media emotionally exhaust us. We watch this TikTok. We feel so resonant with it. We're like, oh my God, this is me. This is the world we live in. Like, this is so unfair. We feel this righteous anger. We feel indignation. We feel taken advantage of over a 2-minute TikTok. And then once those emotions calm down, we are emotionally drained. So not only are we given an incorrect amount of conditioning because the boomer generation grew up and everything was easy, so they did not teach us how to work hard. They achieved success by being lazy and lucky. So what did they pass on to us? They passed on to us not a serious work ethic. They're like, hey, just work harder and it'll work out. But if you kind of think about the lack of sophistication, what that means is that someone who just sort of showed up and exerted a little bit of effort, things worked out. Like, that's the only way they could believe that, right? Was that if that strategy worked for them, it doesn't work for us anymore. because we have multi-billion-dollar PE firms that are optimizing housing prices, that are controlling markets and figuring out that I can charge $1,660 for rent. And if I charge $1,800, it'll go vacant. But if I charge $1,660, people can afford it. This is what the world has become. And so I think the harsh truth about it is like, are we at a disadvantage? Yes. And the things that, like, the only option that you've got is to advance in your own life. I don't think that you can wait for other people to fix this situation for you. By the way, you should absolutely vote, because another really, really funny thing that happened is that we taught young people that their votes don't matter. And what happened? Then they stopped mattering, right? But we saw this in the United States, where a lot of people were upset by the results of the election. And it turns out that a lot of young men went out and voted, and they voted for Donald Trump. And this is what happened. So even if the life that I'm not saying that the life that you're living is not hard. I'm not saying that it's unfair. I'm saying that it is unfair. It is hard. You are at a disadvantage. And I don't think anyone is going to come and fix it for you. And I think there is a lot you can do to fix your life. There is a ton that you can do to fix your life. And oftentimes we have no idea how, in addition to disadvantages from the outside world, we're racking up disadvantages for ourselves. And the crazy thing about this is, like, if you're someone who feels so exhausted that you can't do anything when you come home, and then you have to work on the weekend, and you have to split up the work on 2 days, this is where, like, I've seen this completely flip around, right? So there is an alternate scenario, which I've seen happen time and time and time again, which is that you start by using your cell phone less. You start by doing whatever 15 minutes of work you can, 15 minutes a day when you get home from your job and you feel absolutely exhausted, or go to the gym. So all of the work that you would do on a Saturday and Sunday, you start sprinkling out throughout the week. Do whatever small amount that you can. Over time, your tolerance for it will increase. You will gradually do more. And then something beautiful will happen. You will have...
Good morning, Magic. How are you, brother? I hope you're having a wonderful Friday morning. We're just hanging out, listening to our morning speaker, Dr. K, this morning. This is a good one. I hope everybody's having a wonderful Friday morning. We got a little bit left.
Have a day off on the weekend. Once you have a day off on the weekend, you will be invigorated going into the next week. Will you actually be invigorated? No. But you'll have more vigor than you did before. Because now you have one day off on Saturday, and oh my God, now it's Sunday, and now I have work, and now it's another hard week. But at least you get some break. There's no break and there's some break. Which one is better? Which one gives you more energy? So you have some break, you have a little bit more energy. Now what do you do going into the next week? You have a little bit more energy, so you work 20 minutes instead of 15. You work 20 minutes instead of 15. Now you have a little bit more time on the weekend. So now you have a little bit more time for fun. You have a little bit more time for relaxation. And this cycle, which I see people stuck in, is a cycle. And you can start to change that cycle. I've seen it time and time and time again. Is it easy to do? No. Is it fair to do? Not at all. But it is the only way forward. I mean, I'm sure there are other options, but I think it's the most effective way forward. I've kind of been there myself, and I think that this is where, like, I work 7 days a week. I had my first 5 days off in 5 years. It's different for me, though. So I think this is where, like, the other thing that happens is that, see, when work becomes something you have to get through, then it's really hard to work. Work drains your battery. But when work is something that you enjoy, then it changes your perspective completely. And I'm not saying that this is easy, right? So, and I think what I tend to observe is that people who enjoy their work, usually one of two scenarios: either they got really lucky, or they really invested a lot of energy for a very long time to get to where they are. So that they intentionally took a very difficult path that oftentimes involved more than 40 hours of work, 50 hours of work, 60 hours of work, 70 hours of work for extended periods of time, right? And this is just like, I'm not saying that this is fair or right. If you ask me, how are people happy at work? This is the path that I usually see. The third option is that they're just oblivious and everyone around them is covering for them. I've seen that too, to be fair. So when people say, or you could be a streamer, I don't know about that. I think a streamer is like one of the worst calculated professions you could have. So just to be a streamer is way harder than just being an investment banker, or I imagine even just being a doctor. I think the people who try to become a doctor and succeed is probably a higher percentage than people who try to become streamers and succeed. 90% of streamers have 400 viewers. I think that is super optimistic. So here's the research that I did. When I started streaming for the first time, I looked at statistics on it, and what I realized is that at the end of 1 month, my bar for success is at the end of 1 month to have 5 viewers. If I could average 5 concurrent viewers, I would be successful. At the end of 1 year, average 100 concurrent viewers. That was my target based on research. And then I didn't even go past that because the majority of streamers never, like 90% of streamers never make it past 90. So for me, it was like, even if people didn't watch, it was a chance for me to sort of share my ideas, kind of think about things, like get my, hopefully help. And that was a win for me, right? So if I could help 5 people in 1 hour, that is 4 more people than I could help if I was working in my office. If I could help 20 people in 1 hour if I could help 100 people by the end of a year, then that would be like 99 more people than I can help in 1 hour. So that was a huge success. So like streaming is like, this is a great example of human beings we're not good at probabilistic thinking. So I even did an analysis of esports winnings many years ago. And 98% of the Dota 2 prize pool winnings are won by 2% of the professional players. Like, that's insane, dude. Which means that 98% of people, 98% of players like earn very little. And those are professional players, right? That doesn't even include all of the amateurs who are like trying to go pro. Hey y'all, hope you enjoyed today's video. We talk about a bunch of topics like this on the channel, so be sure to subscribe for more. If you're already subscribed, GG, and we'll see you in chat.
That was a really good one. I super enjoy the Dr. K's. Yeah, for real, like, it just seems like it's always something. And I'm a huge believer in the, you got to enjoy your work, or else it's just, man, a dread. Every day is fucking miserable. We are 2 minutes from 4:20. We got to work this morning. My parents are coming up to visit, so I'm not sure on what the plan is with the afternoon show. Copsy works and has a bunch running around to do this afternoon, so I know the afternoon show is kind of up in the air right now, but I'll keep everybody posted. Yeah, just depending on what time my parents get here and what Copsy has going on, how his day goes, we'll see what happens with the afternoon show. But either way, it's Basement Brawl tonight. Let's fucking go. It is the second Brawl of August, or is the first Brawl of August? The second Brawl of August. Last night was a blast. I really had a lot of fun. Man, those chance cards were crazy. Fucking, on the Manbear versus Celos match, that flipped the whole fucking game. Absolutely, you guys. And I'm sure my mom will probably pop in the studio at some point in time. Probably tomorrow, I'm guessing. But, I mean, I don't know. She hasn't said anything. But I'm sure she'll come and hang out for a little bit.
Good morning, Magic! Sorry, I had to go get my coffee.
You're good. 1 minute from 4:20. Probably smoke for 4:20 and say our farewells.
Yeah.
Gotta get ready for work. And, yeah.
So, my sister officially has, like, basically almost all the kittens in her room.
Oh, shit.
Because my cat's been sleeping in her room. And the funny thing is her dog, she'll be a year old this month. She'll play with the kittens, but she comes out here and looks at these puppies all weird, like, nope.
That's funny.
I was like, your dog's broken.
Your dog's broken. Cheers, cheers. Happy 420, everybody.
Cheers.
Sunshine, go away today. I don't feel much like dancing. Some man's gone, he's tried to run my life. He don't know what he's asking. When he tells me I better get in line, I can't hear what he's saying. When I grow up, I'm gonna make it mine. These ain't dues I've been paying. Well, how much does it cost? I'll buy it. The time is all we've lost. I'll try it. And he can't even run his own life. I'll be damned if you run mine. Sunshine, sunshine, go away today. I don't feel much like dancing. Some man's gone, he's tried to run my life. You don't know what he's asking. Working starts to make me wonder where the fruits of what I do are going. He says in love and war all is fair, but he's got cards he ain't showing. How much does it cost? I'll buy it. The time is all we've lost. I'll try it. And he can't even run his own life. I'll be damned if you run mine. Sunshine, sunshine, come on back another day. I promise you I'll be singing. This old world, she's gonna turn around. Brand new bells will be ringing.
I love that song. It's so upbeat, but the lyrics, it's so cool. I think it's so interesting. All right, I hope everybody's off to a wonderful morning. You gonna make it over there?
Yeah. Yeah.
Go ahead and say our farewells and possibly catch everybody this afternoon. Like I said, I'll keep everybody updated. But Margaret?
Much love, everybody. Thank you for tuning in for the morning show. It is a good way to start your day. Let's go. It's Friday. It's Friday. It's Friday. Make sure you follow everybody you interact with. Make sure you follow everybody on the Cove production team because you don't want to miss out what's going on. It's Friday. I don't know. I'm just saying it's Friday. Friday. Stay lifted, stay positive, and I will see y'all when I see y'all. Hope y'all have a great day. Much love.
Much love, everybody. Thank you guys so much for hanging out this morning. It's been a dope-ass Friday morning. Great Vicki Bowers. Much love, Vicki B. Great morning speaker. I always love the Dr. K's. Great tunes. Thank you, everybody that tuned in to Turf Wars 2 last night. Every Thursday night, I'm very excited to see how the cards flip this season. It was so much fun. It was such a blast. So don't miss Turf Wars every Thursday night. Well, Turf Wars 2 now, I suppose. Please make sure you're following everybody on the Cove team from the one and only Sir Kyle Alot. Don't miss Open Tunes every Tuesday night. And I'm pretty sure tomorrow night's a session-thon. So if you ain't re-upped, you might want to do that. Make sure you're following the one and only Europe Entertainment. Don't miss the Europe Manigans every single Sunday morning. Make sure you get your Europe Boy entry in. It's getting close to being that time, so don't become a womp. Make sure you're following the one and only Michael Hugo, Man Bear. Don't miss out on all the vibes he brings to the shows. Let's fucking go. Make sure that you are following the one and only Mad Productions. Don't miss out on all the music that he's got coming out. Dope music. Don't miss out on any of it. Make sure you're following the one and only Kelsey Dabbs. Don't miss the Dabberchick show, only on the Dabberchick page. And make sure you're following the one and only Cornbread. Don't miss out on all the vibes she brings to the shows. Thank you to everybody that helps support Cove-TV. I'll make this possible. Cove-TV is literally brought to you by viewers like yourself. If you would like to be a part of that, it is $10 a month. It helps out very, very much. You get your name in the banner. You get part of weekly giveaway and direct watches to watch the shows. Start right. I hope to see everybody this afternoon. I'm not sure. Depends on when my parents get here, and like I said, I'll keep everybody updated. But hope you all have a blessed rest of your day. I work today, so I'll pop in when I can. But But much love, everybody. Have a wonderful day. Much love, everybody. Thank you guys so much for hanging out this morning. Have a wonderful rest of your day.
Much love, everyone.